Welcome to Donna Creations and More. I am Donna. If you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing. And if you're one of my subscribers, welcome back. Today is a collaboration. What would you make? The host is Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY. And the other host is Christine from Divine Design. And the guest host is Crafty Thoughts and Whatnots. My DIY is a Halloween lighted porch light, so let's get started. Here I have 3 landscape boards cut to 3 feet tall that I actually had my husband cut for me. So I'm using what I have on hand. Not recommended, you guys. But I have these brackets to hold, I guess, plumbing pipes on the wall. That's what was in my toolbox. And that's what I'm using. Whatever I have on hand. This whole DIY is everything I already own. This was just laying around lumber that we're not using. So I'm attaching my bracket to the top. This whole DIY is nothing but recycling everything I can. And I'm trying to angle these. Because you know, these are landscape lumber, so they're not square. And I want them in a V shape, well, sort of. I want them all at an angle to make like a top of an octagon, like a stop sign. I recommend use L brackets, which I did not have until later on. Actually, I did buy one thing. I had my husband get me some L brackets today because I do want to add one to this. I'm hoping the vision I have in my head comes to life in this video for you guys. So I'm adding another bracket to the bottom, and this is the inside front area. Now, mind you, oh yeah, there's a hole for the cord there. I don't know if I said that or not. Mind you, I'm home alone. Like I said, sitting out having my coffee, so I don't know, pick this up and start working on it. So I'm putting these on temporary on the front to get my shape. And yes, this thing is giving me one hell of a time, you guys. This is definitely a 2-person job. But that's okay. I'll get it. I found an L bracket. I had to go back to my toolbox. So yay, we have an L bracket. So we're working on the back. I'm definitely ordering L brackets from Amazon. Because my husband got some at Walmart, which is ridiculous. 1-inch ones, for 4 of them was $2.50. When you can get 50 of them on Amazon for $5. So, that's on my order right now. Get me some L brackets. So I added my little bracket on the back, and I'm taking the ones off the front. Because I don't want them to be seen. That was just temporary to hold it in place. So I have my shape. I'll flip it back over here. Then I realize it's not even. Oh my goodness. Just my luck, right, you guys? It's always something. So now I gotta go back to the bottom and fix it. Yes, I said I was sitting out chilling, having my coffee. I'm in my PJs. Okay. I'm crafting in my PJs. I'm always crafting in my PJs. It's no big deal. 99% of the time, I'm crafting in my PJs. So this project is being done outside. There is no bringing this in the house. There is no taking this downstairs into my craft room. This thing is heavy. This thing is going to be made and it's going to stay up back on my porch until the holidays. And you see this screw is not working. Too little. Had to get a bigger screw. I'm trying to make this work, as I said. One way or another, I'm going to get this together. And it wasn't at the right angle I wanted, and it wasn't going in the way I wanted. Yes, if all else fails and you don't have a hammer, use your drill battery. I mean, that's what I do. Whatever, I'm too lazy to get up to go get a hammer. So, we're going to keep using our drill battery. My husband would probably kill me. He sees this video like, I gave you this drill and look what you're doing. This is my battery. I can hear him now. Hopefully he don't see this video. Which probably he won't, because he don't watch my videos. He can care less. I'm finally getting it to the right little angle I need it. Get this drilled in. Screwed in, sorry. God, whenever I do a voiceover, I either can't get my words straight or say I'm wrong. And look, I knocked it apart. Oh, it's really not this complicated if you own the proper things you need, like I needed L brackets. If you have your L brackets, it's simple. Once I get this thing together with these screws and brackets that I have, it's gonna stay. And you'll see. Donna's not messing around when it comes to this thing. It's gonna give me so much trouble right now. I literally got injured right now. Like, after this part, when I was trying to put the cat pumpkin on the top. Oh my god. The ceramic pumpkin fell on my head. All this wood fell on me. My shoulder is injured. My head was killing me. I really should have did the one part that I did later on a lot sooner. Voila, done. LOL. It's done for this moment. So here I found in my toolbox some very old, very, very old liquid nails. Now I'm going to add that to the back. And here's my poor little cat pumpkin. And I have some vellum paper. So I'm going to take a piece of the yellow and cut that out. And I'm going to put that on the inside of my pumpkin. And tape it down. So now I have my cat done. And this is where I went over, I'm showing you. I got liquid nails and all on it. And you see I have on top liquid nails. Well, that's what the cat fell on my head and all this fell. So I'm making sure this thing is going to be sturdy. I'm adding wood glue all through it, and I'm just using my paintbrush to really rub it in them cracks. And yes, I ratchet this sucker together, and it's gonna dry. And then I let it dry overnight. I told you I meant business. This thing is not gonna come apart. Between the liquid nails and the wood glue, it's staying. Now let's put this cap back on so it can dry overnight. And then I decided today to add a little piece of wood with the L bracket. And then I glued these two pieces of wood together that I cut and screwed them in from the very bottom to make a base. I really should have did that part first before I added the cat. And then here I have one Dollar Tree haunted houses glued onto a paint stick. And I got 4 Jenga blocks drying, clamped together. Now I'm going to take them 4 Jenga blocks and put some wood glue on them. And I was going to clamp it, but the clamp would not go around this thing and hold it. So I'm holding it in place, and I ran in the house and grabbed some tape real quick, and that's where it is. I put a piece of tape on it, and it's sitting for now. So while that's drying, we will wait and then come back and continue on this project. Okay, now I have the house on my paint stick, and I want to attach it to the back of the pumpkin. On them 4 Jenga blocks that I added. So my blocks are dried, so I'm going to remove my tape. Try to hold this in place. And oops, there it goes. Gosh. Excuse me, you guys. Heck of a time with this thing by myself. Don't mind my hair getting in the way. I'm sorry. I'm just going to staple it on this Jenga block here. Oh, I should say, and let you guys know, I did put wood glue on the stick also to the Jenga block to hold that paint stick. Now I have my 3 pieces of wood that was cut in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. And then I have the shelf liner, the grip kind, a scrap piece, and I want to add that to my wood. I know none of this makes sense right now, but you guys will see what my plan is. It's all building up in my head right now as I'm sitting here having my coffee the next day. Got me thinking of what else I want to do. So I'm probably going to end up running to Dollar General because I'm pretty new to YouTube and I don't own very much Halloween stuff. But I'm just going to add my aliens tacky glue to the very back of this and place it down on this piece of wood. And I'll explain later why I did 3 different sizes. I'm going to repeat this process on the next 2 pieces of wood. These are just scrap wood. Everything I have used is just scrap wood, like junk sitting around. Literally, yesterday, I'm walking down to the chicken coop and garden, and what do I see in the fire pit? A great piece of 2x2. Actually, it was a piece of my 2x2 from my scarecrow that I bought. He threw in the fire pit, you guys, to burn. I'm like, no, don't throw any of my wood away. I need wood. I'm like, I have this collaboration every month. What would you make? And I need to save all scrap wood as possible to be able to make DIYs with. I'm like, do not throw anything away unless you confirm it with me first. And I ain't throwing nothing away if I can use it. Believe it or not, on that cat, when I add that little bracket underneath that pumpkin, that was a junky little piece of scrap chipped up wood, and you can't even tell. My husband's like, you are such a Sanford son. You just collect anything, because I do. I pick things off the side of the road. Whatever I can craft with, I'm getting. Sitting here ranting. Anyhow, we're going to coat them and let them dry. Oh my god, that was so funny. I'm like just rambling on. Here we are next day, which is today, you guys. I just grabbed my can of spray paint and I spray paint everything. 1 coat of gloss black spray paint. I just used a cheap old Walmart spray paint because technically a lot of this is going to be covered. There's my doggy Draco. So I'm just showing you I coated all the pieces. Thank goodness this thing is sturdy and heavy now so my shepherd can't knock it over. Who now thinks it's playtime bringing mommy his bone. And there's our other dog, Buddy. And my third dog is in the house being lazy. So it's early in the morning, it's 8:30. So I just finished painting this, and it's a beautiful sunny day out, as I'm showing you guys. Look at that, beautiful, look at the sky. Wow, look at the sky. It's pretty. It was chilly when I first came out. That's why sorry, my nose is running. And doggies, Draco 1 thought it was playtime. Then here's a view of my scarecrow I just made way down at my garden. So now we're gonna let this dry. And what's Donna gonna do? Go back to having her coffee. And enjoy this beautiful Friday morning. Okay, now it's all dried. And I went in my craft room. I got my granite gray and my chip brush. And I'm gonna put some on this lid here and dab it in, dab it off, and go around and add a little bit of gray wash to my house to make it look a little old and creepy looking, but not just solid black. And I do the back too. So I'm just swiping very lightly up and down. A very little bit of paint. Making sure to get the whole entire house. And here you see I'm doing the back too. Because this will, depends where I display it on my porch. I want the whole thing decorated. So I'm taking my chip brush and dabbing some paint on, like little specks of paint. Then I'm going to take it and blend it all in. And voila, we're done there. Now I have some of this creepy cloth left over from my last Halloween DIY that I did with the jars. And I got some clear Elmer's glue and a little bit of water. And I'm just going to dump a little bit of water in, take my clear straw, something I could grab and throw away, and mix that water in that glue. So I had to cut my straw in case I need it again. But then I'm thinking, might be able to use these on this project. Because they're clear. So I'm going to take my creepy cloth out, unravel it, then bunch it in together and just coat it all in this glue water mixture. And this dries really quickly, especially out in this heat. So I'm unraveling it and I'm going to drape it over my house. And I'm going to place it exactly where I want it and how I want it. Again, the sun's like blaring on it and it starts to dry very quick. I want this to look cute but creepy. So I draped it over the edge of the wood too. And I want to make sure I have that creepy cloth go all the way through the back so you can't see any opening. One good thing about adding Elmer's glue with the water, it makes the fabric super stiff, which is great. And I'm just maneuvering it and putting it the way I want. Now because it's drying so fast, I went and grabbed some more Elmer's glue in my little container. And then I just start dabbing it in places that I want it to really hold. Remember how I said save everything? Well, guess what? I'm sitting here looking at this black paint can lid. And guess what it can be? A snowman hat. Save your paint can lids. They can be little hats for your DIYs. Then I decided to go grab my Aliens tacky glue and add that to it too, to give it more of a secure hold. And to get in better than my hands. So I just run that all along where I want it, and I do blend it in with my fingers to get the cloth to stick to the wood very well. I mean, this is going to be like on a covered porch. So now we'll wait and let this dry. So I have my little cutout left over from my last Halloween DIY. I just did with the recycled jars. And I have two little bats and a spider. So I'm going to take the two little bats and then add them onto the creepy cloth up in the attic window. So I'm just going to stick them on. Then I'm going to add the spider. Look like he's hanging down in the doorway when you go to walk in. And of course, I have to glue it. So I'm going to take my Aliens tacky glue and glue this vinyl sticker onto the very back of the creepy cloth. You know, it's just a sticker. It ain't going to stay. But if you don't have a Cricut Joy like I do, or a Cricut, you can get any Dollar Tree stickers or Dollar General stickers to do this. Here's what it looks like so far. Okay, here I have 100 set Christmas lights. I'm just going to run the cord through the bottom. And I apologize, you don't see it all, but I will show you afterwards. I just ran, first I was just going to run the cord up and put it through the pumpkin. Then I realized, duh, I got to put it behind the house. So I had my husband help me, and the camera didn't catch it because I had the camera facing downward. But I stapled it behind the house. Then we brought the cord around and I tucked it up underneath the pumpkin, as I'm doing here. And then I ended up stapling it all inside of the wood here. And then we'll move on to the next part. I will show you what it looks like with all the lights on it. Okay, here's what it looks like with the lights on. I wrapped it around and we attached it to the back of the house. They were all stapled in. Now I have the spider web lace. I'm going to drape it. I'm going to fold it into fours so you can't see the cord. But I want you to be able to see the spider web lace with the lights. So here I'm just stapling it in place. I want to leave it loose in the middle, so it will be like crinkly up. So I'm just going to tack it down the center. And then the same thing all the way down the wood. And do that on both sides. I want the fabric bunchy in the middle, so you can't see the lights during the day. So now I bought from Dollar Tree these. Oh no, I thought I was doing that. So now I just got my black paint and I'm just covering up the staples real quick. Now we're going to where I went to Dollar Tree. I needed some bats. I bought some bats and I had some clear straws. These bats, I could not find any rubber bats. So these were glittered and I painted them and I'm just gluing them into these clear straws. And part of the video was out of view, so you really don't see me gluing these on. But I did catch angle with the very last one. So showing you, I did glue these on at very different places of the house. And I added a ghost on that I got from Dollar Tree. And I want to show you how I do the other one. So I grabbed this wire I had down in the basement in my craft stash. And I ended up putting it in the very underneath on the top of the into the styrofoam head. Now I'm just trying to figure out my placement. So I'm just taking my drill and drilling another hole in the back. And I apologize, I didn't angle the camera down. I keep thinking I'm far enough away and you see the whole thing, but you're not. So I apologize for that. So I just stick my wire into the hole I just drilled. I'm trying to get him to stay real quick so I can go grab my staple gun, because I didn't grab that and bring it with me. So I can staple the wire to the wood. So I got my staple gun, and I'm just going to go down here in the back and staple it down a couple spots. And then put him where I want him. And then just adjust him to where I want him to lean from the side of the pole. So I took a piece of my extra spiderweb lace and I cut a strip, and I'm gonna put that dangling down the sides and bunch it up around his neck. I'm just gonna hot glue that in place. And then on my ghost, I want to keep some of the fabric to stay in certain spots. So I add a little bit of hot glue and I'm just gonna hold the fabric in place. That way, you know, his face and all doesn't get covered. I'm just tacking it down onto the wire. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one, just adjusting the fabric to where a place I want it to stay. Then we'll finish tacking down this. I'm not even finished. I'm gonna tack down this spiderweb lace here. So I pull it up on both sides, and I have it dangled in the center. Then I'm just gonna pull that up and bunch it in. I'm just bunching it in, and I'm gonna cover all them lights. So far, I think this is looking so god darn adorable. I am loving it. So that's all I'm doing, just hot gluing and bunching it up. Then I'm going to grab my scissors real quick. And on each end of the fabric, I'm just going to cut that into two pieces. Two strips. And then here I have the pieces of wood earlier. And I'm going to add my L brackets to them that my husband got for me. So I'm going to add them, and then we'll come back and finish this project up. Okay, off camera, I added these 3 shelves, and here's what it looks like. And in my past DIY for Halloween, I made these jars. And that's another video. And I wanted to add them to it. So I have these spiders left over from that DIY too. So I'm going to add a couple in onto my black spiderweb lace. It's actually funny, this has glue strings like around it, so it looks like it already has spider webs on it. Funny how I'm just gluing a couple spiders on. I have one left. And I cut some more of that lace fabric. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to even use it. Oh my goodness. Oh well, still turned out really good. So I cut some of that creepy cloth. And I'm adding that onto my shelving and onto hot gluing it in different places to make it stay. I'm trying to wrap it around so that, remember, I put shelf liner on these little shelves, and that's the purpose, so these jars didn't get knocked over. And this is another purpose, in case it gets windy on my front porch, it won't knock these jars over. I might end up putting something in the bottom of them. I don't know, they have lights in them. Them little Dollar Tree lights. No, they're not from Dollar Tree, actually. I bought them from Amazon. A big pack. So I'm going to continue adding this creepy cloth. I'm going to zoom in so you see some more. There you go. You can see a lot better. And of course, my finger protectors are down in my craft room, so I'm getting the heck burned out of me. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I got glue all over my fingers. I'm telling you, I'm getting burnt. Look, I'm like, ow, trying to get the hot glue off my fingers. I'm going to wrap this around the back and bring it around the front the same way. It sticks to the wood on the shelves very well. This creepy cloth is very stringy. So as you see, I'm just gluing it down in place. I should have did the Elmer's glue and water technique with this part here also. Now I'm just going to go around the back and make sure it's fixed. Make sure it's all super secure in the very back, since I just grabbed, and here I am leaning on it, ready to knock the whole thing over. I was like, oh my goodness. I would have died. I have like super terrible balance, especially with squatting. So now we're back down right. Now I have the spiderweb stuff. I have never used it stuff. This actually turned out pretty darn cool. But dummy me set it down on the ground. If it's like real spider webs, it's all stuck on your goddamn hands. So I end up doing like one piece, and I really like the look of it. So I ended up adding the spider web. Oh look, I'm like, get off my fingers. It's pretty wild. So I'm gonna do it on the bottom shelf too. Just attach it. It sticks to, like I said, to the wood, because the wood's rough edges. So I'm just yanking on the spiderweb stuff. I have like never used this. I mean, no, I've never used this stuff. Not ever. So this was like interesting to me how it just kept pulling and getting twisted and stuck on my fingers, and because I still had glue on my fingers. It's sticking to my finger, but it won't stick to the fabric. I'm like, what the heck? Oh, oh my god. I was getting driving. It was driving me crazy, you guys. Like when you try to put glue on it, the glue, it sticks like to the glue gun, and boy oh boy. Oh my goodness, my dog just moved my camera. Did you guys not see that? I had no idea. Draco, you moved my camera, boy. Okay, you guys, I had no clue my dog kicked my well, not kicked it, but walked over and moved my camera, so I hope you see everything. Jeez. So I keep just adding spider webs onto it. So I really like the look. Like my parents just stopped over just when I finished. And I was like, should I add flowers and little pumpkins and all to it? And they're like, no, it is perfect, just like that. It's supposed to look creepy and Halloweenish. So I was like, okay. So I added some more in the front. I was blocking the camera, so I cut that part out. It's looking really good at the bottom, isn't it, you guys? So basically that's all I'll do is keep adding spider webs. So we're just going to jump to the final reveal. So here's the final reveal. Tell me what you guys think. I think it turned out really good. I think it's going to make a really great centerpiece on my front porch. Oh great, here comes my dog again. Well, I wish he could have moved the camera into the right position, huh? And then I went and turned on the lights. Oh my goodness. It's not dark out, so I'm sorry about that. But you can tell that the pumpkin's glowing inside. I don't know why these lights look orange. I didn't turn the lights on inside the jars. I just wanted you guys to see the piece that I just made with it all lit up. Again, if you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing. It got really late, so I had a chance to bring it in my house and plug it in. It actually looks so much better in person. Like, you can really see the spider web with the black lace and all. In the camera, all you see is a bunch of Christmas lights. But it turned out really cool. Thanks for watching. God bless. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye. See you in the next video.